Today we're checking out the new firmware 1.4.0 for the Valeton GP200. Recently, a beautiful lady told me that there's a new firmware out for the popular Valeton GP200. And for those of you who are familiar with my channel, you know that I'm offering preset packs with best high gain tones for all of these modeling units currently on the market. And of course also for the Valeton GP200. So if you're interested in getting my preset packs, please contact me on Facebook. Link is in the description below. But for today we would like to check out the new features of these things. And let me open the editor for you. It's here. Hopefully you can see it. And currently I'm playing one of the patches from my preset pack, which is called DKVH4 808 and sounds like with the previous firmware, so I'm relieved about that. It didn't change the overall tone, also didn't screw up the patch when I installed the new firmware. So what is new? From what I know, there are two functions here in the saturate section, which is hold and freeze function. This is a freeze effect that can freeze the sound for a short period of time before the effect is activated and make it play in a loop. Okay, let's try that out. Nothing. The activate pattern can be assigned to the expression pattern to activate and deactivate the effect. You can also turn the activate parameter and use it. Okay. Okay. Maybe it's just holding I don't exactly know, but let's check out the other function, the freeze function. Freeze effect can freeze the sound at the moment of activation, keep it playing. Okay. I think there was some kind of... Maybe it's killed. Ah, okay. Sorry, the noise gate is killing the tone. Took me a while to understand that. So as you can see here, sorry. It's just keeping the annoying tone. Okay, but it's not saving the tone, so it's just holding the tone, which is maybe nice if you would like to have a long sustaining note, for example. Let's try out that. And it's sustaining forever. Maybe we can try to put that after the amp and let's see what's happening then. Okay. Let's set the volume to 100%. Let's see if we can do something. as you can see, you can continue playing. Although it doesn't sound that nice, to be honest, especially with chords. So let's see why that's the case. Okay, let's try the other function here. What was it? The hold function. That is working better. Okay, this sounds a little bit more like the original in my opinion. Okay, so yeah, I can see that there are some situations where that is a useful function. For example, as I said, just let me try to save this, not to save this. Just go back to the initial state. For example, if you want to have a some note sustaining very long and longer than maybe your guitar is doing, sustaining the note. So maybe also for nice cleans where you have a kind of pedal tone and you're improvising over maybe a certain chord. Maybe you could try out that. So let's check out if we can use this here. Okay, we have the hold and freeze function. So for example, if we are playing, let's see, maybe an A chord or A7. So yeah, I think with if you assign this to a pedal, then it might be very useful, because then you can switch much faster than I am switching here with the mouse. And that leads us to the second new feature, which is, as far as I remember, that if you're familiar with this unit, you may know that it has 8 foot switches, and they are very flexible, and you can assign them to basically anything you want. But here in the user mode, for example, you have the ability to assign now up to 8 controls. So each foot switch can be assigned to one control, as I did here. As you can see, there's always the control function in the tab row. And that means if you're pushing the button here, for example, foot switch 5, then you're activating control 1. And control 1, as you can see here, it's activating this block or deactivating. So you can assign some blocks which are activated or deactivated. So basically they're switching the state if you hit the control 1 button. And yeah, it's very flexible now, because the previous firmware, I think you had only 4 controls. So now you have maybe 8 controls. What would be very useful in my opinion is if you could set this function to a scene function. That means you can decide basically, or you could decide which blocks are activated when hitting one of these buttons. Because currently it's if you are hitting the control 1, for example, the foot switch, which is assigned to control 1, and it's switching the state of these blocks. So if they are turned on, it's turning them off, and yeah, if a block is turned off, it will be turned on. That can be very confusing because it's always depending on the current state what will happen. So it would be way more useful, in my opinion, if you can say, if I hit this pedal here, which is assigned to control 1, and then automatically these blocks should be active. If they're already active, they should be left active, and if not, then maybe they should be activated. And yeah, also the Mooer GE300 has the same problem, in my opinion. You can also use these controls, but they are just switching the state. So if you hear this Valeton, maybe that would be a must-have for me to use some kind of a scene function. That would be very nice. So what else is new? Holy shit, that sounds really great. And what I found out is that they added another drive, which is maybe the precision drive, where we have it here, Preci OD. Comes with a gate. So that means as you can hear, you don't need the additional gate block, which is very nice. Sounds pretty much like the Tube Screamer OD, which I used before. So you don't need a gate, and here you have now the auto swell function, which is also very nice, because if I don't need the gate, maybe I can use this, which is also new. Okay, I think now to put it behind this, so let's check out maybe this. I think it's better to place this behind the amp. Tag is 1000 milliseconds. What? This is basically like a latency thing. If you set it to 80 milliseconds, and here okay. Yeah, what is happening here is it's just if the note is already or still ringing and you're playing another note, then it's not starting again from zero. It's just starting with the volume of the ringing note. So that is a little bit annoying. Maybe they can rework on that. But other than that, if you know it and you stop the previous note before hitting the next, it's a very nice feature. I like that. To be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of doing this with the volume knob here. Maybe I'd rather do it with the volume pedal, but then of course you have to sacrifice the volume pedal and set it to 0 in the min position, which usually I don't do, because you hit it accidentally, then suddenly you don't hear anything. So usually I set it to 70% in the min position and then 100% in the max position if I use it. Anyway, it has an auto swell function, and that is also a nice addition. And what else is new? I think there's also the Whammy, which might be some kind of whammy effect. Okay, now we don't use the auto swell here. Oh, I dropped my pick. That is always a very nice feature. And yeah, the whammy bar, of course, you have here octaves, minus 20 cent, minus 10 cent, 2 octaves, okay, which is maybe the most popular feature of this, going up or down 1 or 2 octaves, harmony of, okay. And position 0, so let me try to engage the pedal. Okay, so I engaged the wah pedal, but I think we have to engage the let me see, where can we engage the whammy pedal? Okay, here, off the pre-hummy. Volume, harmony, we have to set it to position usually, I think. So. Okay, I have to do it with my hand now. Okay, and of course volume 100%. Usually you should set the mix rate, I think, to 100%. Okay, working. 2 octaves. Might be very annoying. Well, it's maybe not that precise. Let's go down 1 octave. What's with the harmony? Harmony, okay, it's and trying to harmonize. Usually. So in harmony mode I would put it behind the amp usually, but yeah, for most applications I would use the whammy and put it in front of the amp. It sounds really cool. So let's see if there is another feature added, because I have the release notes somewhere. So auto swell effect in the pre. Okay, yeah, I think the other functions I cannot check out now because they are maybe somehow related with the looper, which I really don't use in this unit. But yeah, this unit sounds still kick-ass, and there are improvements with the latest firmware. So the biggest improvements came with, I think, the previous firmware, where they added the stereo delays. But yeah, the precision drive is very nice, and also I appreciate the feature that you can assign to 8 controls now. Make sure that you set it here to user mode, which I currently don't use, so set it back. And that's also maybe a little bit confusing, because if you set it to user mode, it will stay there. Also, if you're going to another preset. So it's not saved within the preset which layout is used here. And yeah, you have the whammy. To be honest, I don't know if it was there before, but it's good that they have it now. And yeah, it's still a very budget-friendly unit which can offer great sounds. And yeah, the other one I would compare this unit to is the Mooer GE300. So flexible, function-wise and also sound-wise. But the Mooer GE300 is maybe a little bit more, or way more expensive, depending on the country you're living in. And so this would be maybe a good option if you are on a budget. Anyway, consider getting my preset packs, contact me on Facebook or Messenger, subscribe to my channel, and see ya.